The fourth cornerstone I want to talk about is practice mindful awareness. I'm coming back to that A word, awareness, because one has to in life learn to observe themselves. And why? Why is it important that at any moment in time or space you learn to observe yourself? Observe your thoughts, observe your actions. It's like having a 24/7 screen or a camera that is on all the time. And what it does is it keeps on reminding you or putting you in observer status. So while I'm sitting here sharing with you through this presentation, I'm aware that I'm sitting here and sharing with you this presentation. I'm aware I'm having certain thoughts. I'm aware I'm having certain feelings. Same time. That's the core of meditative practice, is to have the observer on all the time. The reason it's important is so you can learn in your life to act and not react. How much of your day and how much of your energy do you waste due to a reactive mind? How many people have lost limbs? Well, okay, right? How much energy from the minute we get up, we're into that monkey mind, blah, 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 blah. We start to react all the time. And reaction isn't effective. It's definitely not a place where you want to be if you want to be a master of your own life. Once you get me to react, I have lost. You can ask Michael in martial arts. If he can get me to react, then he's got the upper hand. So part of the training we do in martial arts is we're patient, and we're mindful, and we're aware. And we just rest. We just take it easy. And whatever move I'm going to make in the art is going to be a very well considered action that comes from a place of awareness. And that's when it's extremely effective. Because in our art, we have a saying, it's your move, my move, the fight is over. This isn't WWF. Sometimes I watch those guys and I go, why are you allowing yourself to be beat like that? Well, because they need to fill in 15 minutes before the next commercial. But I don't know about you, I don't like being hit. So if I can be mindful and aware, then my senses are engaged and I'm relaxed. And while I'm relaxed, that relationship with the other person who's attacking me is a very clear one. And I don't react. Anything starts to happen, I act. Over time, as you practice this, it becomes natural to you. Your composure, your awareness becomes part of who you are. And over time, you will learn to act in your life in situations rather than react. Therefore, it's very, very powerful that we learn to be in the observer mode. The mind works this way. There's a perceiver of information that gathers. There's an interpreter which emotionally filters it. There's a sensation maker which produces either a joyful or an angry feeling. And there's a reactor. Okay? Perceiver, interpreter, sensation maker, and reactor. That four-stage practice happens so quickly that you've already done the deed and regretted it. Say I'm trying to change myself. Let's say I'm tired of being, maybe beat on or being a scrapper. Maybe I'm somebody who, you look at me the wrong way and we're going to get in a fight, right? So if you push me, I'm going to push you back harder. And then one day I go through and that's not how I wish to be anymore. I want to change how I deal with these situations. So even with the intention of that, I'm walking along and you come along and push me or try to kick me, and before I can even realize that I have decided to change, I'm going to kick you. Because see, the reaction is that quick. I perceive it, I emotionally filter it, I have a sensation of anger, and I kick you back. And then I go, oh, I told myself I wasn't going to do that anymore. See, because there's a track that has been laid into your brain. So it's changing that track takes discipline and time and it takes awareness. The tracks can be changed. I just read a book, by the way. I don't know if you've read it. It's a phenomenal book called The Brain That Changes Itself. Anybody know about that book? Or the documentary? It's phenomenal. I mean, we hear about miracles. In this life, by scientists, miracles have taken place. People with brain damage, people with all kinds of situations which they said were incurable, they have changed that by changing the track, the pattern. The brain is amazing what you can do. So it's never too late to renovate. Mindfulness, through becoming an observer, it's a safety mechanism. It's a damage control. It's how you change a bad habit into one that's not so damaging. And you have to start somewhere. Maybe the first 2 times you'll kick and the 3rd time you won't, and you'll have had 1 check mark. And you move forward from there. Every thought, every feeling generates an action or a reaction. Yes?
Now, say I have the person reacting to me.
Yes.
I just go in and I just shut up.
When you're dealing with a reactive individual, you don't have to buy in. It's a decision.
But feeling.
Oh, I see. Typically what you do is if somebody's reactive to you, do you shut down? Okay. That's a boundary issue. And that's, again, a dynamic that's been established, right? Whereas you can learn how to stay very present and very empowered, but not reactive. That's the most powerful place to be. Okay, so that's, again, learning to retrack the behavior. Okay, because over time, that's how your experience has been. Okay, to withdraw or to withhold, right? Somebody else might do the opposite. They may punch them out. See, neither is empowering. Right? And so you have to work your way through and recognize that you have to learn through mindful awareness to observe yourself, to learn to act and not react. So you could in anger react to them, or you could with clarity be very clear and tell them that this is not okay anymore, from what I call neutral. And that gets heard rather than the action. Okay? So today I've just been wanting to give you the big picture here. And to tie it together, what did we talk about? We talked about let's reframe relationships into growth opportunities. Look at every relationship in your life, whether it's a 2-minute one or a 20-year one, as an opportunity to grow. So look at relationships, reframe relationships into growth opportunities in which you recognize interdependence. And then establish an active communication protocol or a system to support all these steps through which you can practice mindfulness. That's the package. You keep that in the back of your mind. You start to work with this. I know we've covered a lot of ground here. By the way, the psychologists tell me that 90% of what we've heard here you'll forget within 72 hours. Okay? You're saying, what did you say? What was that? So you can either choose to commit to following up and taking maybe 1 or 2 of these points and applying them and connect them. Talk to me about how I can support you. Anything you want to know further or deeper, write to me. I'm happy to support you. Otherwise, the brain is very efficient. Anything that doesn't feel like it's deemed necessary will just be in kind of a temporary memory and then it'll be dumped. Okay? So up to you and in your hands how you wish to move forward into creating strong, powerful, beautiful relationships, whether they're for a day or 2 or for a lifetime, and have them totally supported with a great foundation.